Hey guys, I'm just here to, I don't know, but just share something very quickly, a revelation I got. So I was scrolling through YouTube and a video popped up and I clicked on it. And as I was watching it, so it was a man of God, he was a pastor who had lived his whole life for God, who has preached the word, won souls and all these things. And and so he died, and then he was facing God now, and which really for me that I'm like raising an eyebrow for that, but it's like it's about the information in the video, you know. So he said he was facing God, and God was like, all the works that you did was not for me. So I mean, obviously, what would you do in that predicament? So this man was like, I mean, what you talking about, God? Like, I served you, I called you Lord, I preached your word, I did all these things. It was like, yeah, but it was not for me. It was for a false God. What do you do when you're in that predicament? And for me, it made me so conscious of a lot of things. I'm like, I examined myself. I was like, okay, is this for God that I'm doing? Because at many a times as ministers of the word, I remember one minister of the word said to me that he said, God is not moved by your actions, but he is moved by where your heart is, the position of your heart. What is your heart after? That is what moves God, you know. And for me, that made a lot of sense, and it's making more sense as I'm saying it right now, because when you think about it, it's like many of us are doing these things. Are you really evangelizing for God? Or are you evangelizing so that you are honored at the Namibian Group Awards? You know, Christ Ambassador Namibian Group Awards. Are you doing it so that you are honored because you are a top soul winner? Or are you doing it so that people in church see that you are a top soul winner and you're being honored because you bring a lot of souls to church? Where is your heart? Because these people can come to Christ, they serve God authentically, and they serve God authentically, but you, who is the one who brought them to Christ, you didn't bring them with the right heart. You brought them because you wanted applause, you wanted praise. So when that man was saying like you did it for a false god, and as he went on, he said God spelled out. He said self, self, and that just like ringed a bell. I was like, what? Many of these things that we are doing in ministry is not for God. Let us fix the position of our hearts. In Because if you're really doing something for God in church, you gotta invest in it privately as well. Invest in your ministrations. Because the minute you stand on that altar, and I'm speaking to ministers, both music ministers and whatever area of the gospel you might be in, if you are a minister of the word, invest in your ministration as much as you are investing. Like, invest privately in your ministration. Pray, fast. So, because that is what comes up when you are standing on that pulpit. That is what we see. When you're ministering to us, we see the results of your private life. Because if you stand there and you're ministering, and I'm not being impacted, not because I don't want to be impacted, but because your ministration is not just, it's not grasping me. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. If you go to a church and the administration of the minister, now don't look at the church as a body, look at the minister who's ministering. is his voice. Like for me, every time I would get on the altar and minister to the people of God, I always told God, I was like, you know what, God, I ain't got nothing to say to your people. I ain't got nothing to say to your people. Because I know sure well that it's not my voice that is going to transform their lives. It's not my ability to lead praise or to lead a song right that's going to minister, but it is your spirit. So I said, just come and take over, arrest my body, and just do what only you can do. That's what I told God. And every time I'd get on that pulpit, I would surely, because I would, even by the time I'm finished, I'm just like, oh, I'm still here. So let us fix ourselves as ministers of the word. Let us put ourselves in place to serve God genuinely. He says he wants someone who will serve him in fullness and in truth. That means wholeheartedly. There are no buts. There are no what. You serve him in fullness and in truth. So for me, that video just was an eye opener too. So I just wanted to. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, and maybe I will link it in the description box, in the description down below. Maybe you guys can also go watch it. It's like it was really an eye opener. I don't care if the story in it is false or whatever, but I feel like the information that is based in that video is really important, and we really need to look at ourselves as ministers of the word if we are really genuine. Right. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. So subscribe, please subscribe. Yeah, like, share, and comment. Love y'all.